Hello, I'm Joanna Marsh, and my piece, All Shall Be Well, has been nominated for an Ivor Novello Award in the Choral category of the Ivors Composer Awards 2022. All Shall Be Well was commissioned by the Right Honourable Patricia Hewitt for the Aura Singers, conducted by Susie Digby. The very first conversations about this piece happened back in 2018, and back then there was a suggestion that there would be a performance in June 2020. But even before I'd really started thinking seriously about getting on with the piece, we hit COVID and the whole thing went away and it wasn't clear when it was going to come back. So I thought that was the end of it. But in fact, in 2021, Matt Beale, the chief executive of the Aura Singers, got in touch and said they were looking at a performance in July in the Gresham Centre in the Live from London summer series, live broadcast. So I was super excited that it was going to go ahead and started work on it. And Patricia Hewitt, who was the commissioner, was very instrumental in helping with some of the ideas behind it, because she felt very strongly about Julian of Norwich, because she is from Norwich herself. And she sent me some quotations she really loved from the Revelations of Divine Love, and also some details about Julian of Norwich's life and the church. And all these little historical ideas filtered through with me. And because Aura Singers have been commissioning quite a lot of work over the last few years, looking at reflections of earlier works, I thought I'd look at that as my way in for the music. So I started looking at what kind of music Julian of Norwich would have been listening to in the church that she was in 1300. And it was quite difficult to find that many recordings, but I found the Orlando Consort had recorded an album on Hyperion called Beneath the Northern Star, and on it there was a little Stella Maris Nunc Paris from 1300, which I really loved and looked like it could be an ideal thing to use. And Gareth Curtis, who edited it, very kindly gave me permission to use his edition as a basis in this piece. So I basically, the piece has this little Stella Maris as a kind of cantus firmus that is constant almost all the way throughout, and around it I kind of weave a radiant harmonic kind of texture that fits with the very ecstatic words of Julian of Norwich, and that is how the piece works. So they performed it. It's been broadcast. I'm absolutely delighted during what was probably the most dodgy time for musicians that I actually had that piece of work. And I found it a very interesting piece to write, because some pieces you just are constantly hitting your head against the wall with them. And then sometimes you have that delightful experience where it just really flows. And that was one of those pieces. So thank you to all of those people who I've mentioned for that lovely commission. And also thank you hugely to the people behind the Ivors, and the fact that I've been nominated for this work is a very exciting thing for me. I'm very grateful, and I'm looking forward to meeting the other nominees and having a fantastic experience on the night. Thank you.